This video was brought to you by Stormberg, a route planner, MisterGreen, Kempower and Markus Bil. Yo, what's up? We are now at Kløfta and it is snowing. It's been snowing all day, so I'm going to show you something here. Alright, first I have to tell you, this is front power. We are now in the Model 3 dual motor. This is front power, this is rear power, this is front torque, this is rear torque. That's pretty much what you need to know. All the other numbers here, they are just there. Alright, let's start driving. So, you will notice that most of the time now, you see here, power goes to the rear. It's rear wheel drive because the rear motor is the most efficient motor. It's the permanent magnet switch reluctance motor. And then Tesla chooses to use that one as the most efficient motor. And then if you try to, okay, we're gonna just drive around here. You see? Let me just, I don't want to provoke snow mode yet. So whoa. Okay, so let's see now. Let's just get on the road now. I'm gonna show you what snow, this is exactly what I've been bugging. Whoa. I think it's active already. Okay, it's already active. All right. I think it's active. Let me check. Well, maybe I should go that way. Oh, I changed my mind. I'm gonna go this way instead because the highway there is not very interesting. All right. Okay. So you see now, we have to check here. It seems like it's now using the front and the rear, so it's more like 50% bias now. Let me try to drive around the curves here. Let me try to regen in a curve. Yep. You see. It's actually, I think it's more like, yeah, it's heavily, maybe it's 55% towards the front when you regen. So this shit, if I try to do this shit in the old days, the tail will wiggle. We are now in the snow mode. The snow mode is active now, and I noticed that once it's active, it will be active for about 5 minutes until it goes out of snow mode. So if you go in a curve here, this is also a problem before. If you go in a curve and you give it a little bit of throttle, usually the rear will kick, it will oversteer. Yeah, it will oversteer. It will wiggle with the tail. Now it's not doing it anymore because it will then try to balance more of the front and the rear. You see the numbers? I will just try to provoke stuff here and just accelerate a bit, and then let me see how to. I'm not okay. Okay, here. Let me just try to provoke some. Yeah, you see, I'm regenning and I'm throttling, and this is so much better. Man, I was complaining about this for two years. Wait, was it 2 years? I wanted something like this snow mode. Tesla finally implemented it. From what I heard, they implemented it before Christmas. Let me just try to accelerate a bit. Yeah, you see, it feels way more stable now. If you accelerate in a curve, it could happen you might do that, or it could also happen that you enter a curve and then you realize that, oh, it's a bit sharp curve. Let me deaccelerate. But you don't want to like switch over here to the brake pedal always. You might want to use the throttle, one pedal driving, and this behavior is now like most other cars, because most other legacy automakers, they just happen to be permanent magnet motors, so that they are already 50-50, except for a few ones like EQA. They have a mix of induction motor and PM motor. Yeah, I forgot to mention. So we have an induction motor in the front, and the property of the induction motor is that you can disengage it. Whereas if you try to do that with a PM, it doesn't really work. So, but this is why you can disengage the front, whereas the rear must always be active, and then of course the front will kick in. But the problem back in the days was that it was trying to be too stingy on the juice, right? It's not always good like that. Just look at the Koreans. They want to be a little bit stingy on the electricity, try to save as much as possible, and then it will only kick in the rear. Sorry, it will only kick in the front if the rear starts slipping, which gives it a bad driving feeling compared to many of the other EVs out there, like I-Pace, like XC40, like Polestar 2, you know. But now the car is way more stable the way it works now. So let me see now, how long will it last before the snow mode is deactivated? Because the thing is that I think as long as the car detects that we are still slipping a little bit in the corners, and I keep of course provoking it, then of course it will I don't know if it resets the snow mode timer. So what we need to do now is do a little flip mode, get on the motorway and just drive more like more evenly, so we don't provoke any slip. But yeah, I'm just going to show you now that every time I regen, it instantly goes front and rear. Let me just try to see here. Yeah, it's slightly more front bias, but if you accelerate, it's slightly more rear bias, it seems like. Let me try again. I just have to look here at the numbers. Yeah, I think it should be like that. It's slightly more rear bias for acceleration and front bias for deacceleration, mainly because of the way the weight shifts when you accelerate or well, I think I always missay. It's not deaccelerate, it's decelerate. Yeah, it's not deaccelerate. Sorry, it's decelerate. Yeah, just like it's not windmill. It's the wind turbines that creates electricity, not windmills. Windmills is for grinding shit. Yeah, unless you want to grind that shit. Okay, anyway, oh shit. Speaking of shit, we have people in the left lane. Okay, whatever. There tends to be a lot of left lane huggers now because it's actually a little bit harder to change lane because we have so much snow on the roads. But let's see now. If these guys can just stay put. Okay, just get in there. Okay, so I'm going on the left lane. Now just pay attention here. So you see that it's still doing 50-50, it's still in snow mode, but eventually it's going to go out of snow mode. So I just have to, all I need to do is just drive like this. For example, this is a very common scenario. You've been driving, just like we did. We've been driving on some slippery roads, side roads, but then we enter some highway with better traction. And then you don't really need the 50-50 or more like the permanent AVD anymore. We can go back to the rear bias thing, but of course the car has been programmed to stay on this mode for a little while until it defaults out in case we just enter the highway and then go back to some back roads again. But eventually the car wants to save energy because it's actually wasting a little bit of energy there by running the induction motor. So what it wants to do is to go back to rear wheel drive. This is not all, it's not unique with Tesla. For example, if you use range mode on Taycan will then disengage the rear motor and then only use the front motor, again to save energy. But then if you run it on normal mode in Taycan, it will actually be around 90% rear bias and 10% front bias. That's what I've seen in the Taycan display. But anyway, we just have to drive a little while. This might take a while. That's what I noticed, that we need to drive for a decent time. It doesn't take a minute or two. It might take up to 5 minutes before it goes back. So I will just drive it, and you guys can get a feel of what it would look like suddenly if it goes out of snow mode. So, but I just have to be a little bit careful when I go on the roundabouts, because I guess if I start slipping, it will also again trigger snow mode. Maybe if we can just go a little bit around here. We can just do a flip mode here, and as long as I take it easy, then we shouldn't trigger any snow mode. How to put this? Yeah. Oh, look at that. Okay. Now I need to get over to this lane, and we have to take it easy, because we don't want the car to think that it's still very slippery. So, but that's easy. I know what to do. We just have to drive like a Toyota driver, and then the car won't know, because I'm a ninja. Look there, look. Just drive with a hat, you know, like, oh. You see that guy's waiting for me. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna take it easy. I used to own a Toyota. I now own a Tesla. Yeah. I've been saving so much money driving Toyotas. I can afford a Tesla right now. Okay. I think we didn't trigger anything. All right, let's go. Okay, let me just put on some cruise control here. Yeah, I know you'll be like, oh shit, shouldn't be using cruise control in this weather. Well, I just used cruise control now. It's okay. So let's just cruise at 90. It's okay, maybe not use cruise control. Freaking auto lane change detection thing. Wait, can I use autopilot? Okay, autopilot doesn't work. Okay, but we have to drive for a little while now until the car figures out, or until the timer, the cooldown is out. Then we will see now. So actually interesting. It wants to use the front a little bit more. Is it? Front power seems to be. Okay. Well. Yeah, we just just wait, I guess. Of course, I have no idea if I triggered snow mode reset timer, whatever it's called, or not. But prior to this recording, I drove on the E6, and before I entered E6, I was driving on the back roads, which tends to be quite snowy and slippery. And then snow mode kicked in. I didn't notice it right away. I was like, hey, wait, is it supposed to be 50-50-ish? But then after driving on the E6 for a while from Alnabru until Kløfta, well, halfway until Kløfta, I think around Skedsmokorset-ish, then the snow mode went out and it went back to normal. But wait, what's going on here? Is it? No, okay. Well, now we just have to wait. Yeah. All right, let me see. I put the car in park. There we go. Okay, let me see. Let me just carefully move out. You see, now that we don't have any slip, we just drive like a Toyota. Then you see that it's using the rear motor. So all I had to do is put the car in park. And now we carefully inch back into the road without triggering any slip. But I would also like to know how much or how much slip we need for it to trigger again. But let me just wait here a bit. I don't want to accelerate hard, otherwise I would just launch into the, like, don't be like that BMW guy, you know. I saw a BMW that crashed by the E6 because I don't know, but don't make any unfall, right? Just ABC, always be careful. Okay, you see now, driving slow like a mofo. Okay, let me see, let me just wipe here. Okay. Oh, whoa. Is it? Okay, it's helping a little bit. Yeah, I'm just accelerating so slow, like a fossil driver. But you see now, now it's more rear biased. Okay. Let me see. Let me slowly accelerate here. I don't want to trigger any slip. Yes, you see now we are in this one. By the way, if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, look at there and look at here. The front, the front motors are resting right now, and the rear is then working. So now we are in the most efficient mode where the motors, the most efficient motor is working and the other one is just resting, and it's only needed. So let me try something. Okay, let me try to accelerate. Nope, you see, there's just a little gentle acceleration is not going to trigger any snow mode. So what is needed then? What if I do this? Go on the snowy part and then try to accelerate then, like this. Okay, let's try now. And then I go back. Yes, wait. Yes, you see, now we trigger it. Yeah, so that's it. Just a small slip, and the Tesla software is sophisticated enough to detect that was a slip, and we're gonna enter snow mode. And then go again, carefully. Okay, still have no one behind me. Huh? You see, that was just I just accelerate a little bit too hard, and then the car detected it. Okay, we slipped a little bit, so we have to go in all-wheel mode, so all-wheel drive. Yeah, so now you guys have seen it. So first I thought about driving on a twisty road, but I did a little bit of it. So you guys already saw that it's not much is needed for the snow mode to trigger, but then it takes a while before it resets. So yes, I think that's going to be it for now. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, thank you for watching, and talk to you later.